My name's Todd Kline, and the most prestigious event in the West is coming up right around the corner, the One Bass U.S. Open of Fishing. It's going to take place at Lake Mohave. What are they going to want to eat? Let's find out courtesy of Okuma as we dive into the baits. Starting with a swim bait. This is a mag draft from Mega Bass. It's a soft bait. This bait for me is kind of twofold. It's going to help me find fish. They'll show themselves whether they commit to it or not. And also, it'll show those bigger fish that are in that water for me. So it'll allow me to make those waypoints. Where I'm going to throw this, kind of everywhere, It doesn't sink fast, so it's generally going to be shallower areas, but I will parallel some of those steep walls to see if I can't get some of those bigger fish to show themselves. So that's the first bait there, kicking off with a swim bait. In addition to the soft swim bait from Mega Bass, I'll try a glide from, maybe DRT or bent baits because sometimes they don't want that wiggle. They want more of the big, broad glide. So I'll also switch it up with a hard glide bait. Another bait that's really good to cover water because we only have so much time in practice, right? So you want to try and be as efficient as possible, is a crankbait. This particular bait here dives about 10, 12 feet. It is a rock crawler from Spro. This particular color is a bluegill. This time of year, there's a lot of little bluegill out there. It's one of the main forage that the bass are chasing. It also, because of the color tone with the brown, kind of green hues, could emulate a crawfish. So that's another one. I'm going to throw this obviously on the hard bottom, around the rock points, the rock piles. But in addition, it can be really, really good ripping it out of the grass as well. So that's another bait there that I'm going to have on the deck. Next is going to be, I'm going to keep it with the bait casters. This is going to be a chatterbait, ladies man chatterbait. This can, I'll adjust the trailer, but generally keep the same color, emulating either a shad or a bluegill. Again, similar to the crankbait, you can throw it around the hard structure, but where it really excels is in that grass, trying to get those fish that are hunkered down in the grass that are looking for an opportunity to ambush the shad or the bluegill. Another one, you guys know, it's on the deck every event that I go to. It's a staple for me, especially out on this clear reservoir at Lake Mohave, is the, well, we're going to get tricky here and flip it around. It's the cool baits, the Underspin. This particular one is a 3/16 in the raw color with a Kitech on the back. And, basically I'm going to fire that thing out on the humps, the rock piles, maybe parallel the walls, but generally let it sink all the way to the bottom and just a slow, steady roll. This particular bait, I mentioned it, going into Lake Mead, and it did play a role up there for me. I caught some fish in practice. I did not end up catching them in the 2-day event at Lake Mead on that particular bait, but the cool baits is a staple on the Colorado River. Another one, again, that I absolutely love on the Colorado River, whether it's Havasu, Lake Mead, or Mohave, specific to this event being Lake Mohave, is the jig. You might want to alter your colors. I generally keep it pretty easy with just the green pumpkin is the staple for me. I might alter a little bit with the skirt colors. It's got a little bit of orange in it, and then this is a Yamamoto craw trailer. You can fish it from 2 to 50 feet basically, and even swim it if you want to. Great bait right here for both the largemouth and the smallmouth. And last but not least, already you can't go anywhere without one of these on your deck, but especially at Lake Mohave. The old tried and true drop shot. This is a 6-inch oxblood from RoboWorm and a Voss drop shot weight. And again, you can alter your tag end depending on how much grass you're fishing around, so you can keep that worm above the grass for the fish to be able to see it. And I'll go as low as 5 pound if I feel it's being, I'm fishing an area that's highly pressured, and maybe as high as 10 pound depending on the structure I'm fishing around. And the smallmouth, a lot of times you can fish a little more aggressive around them. The largemouth, a lot of times you got to soak it and not a lot of movement. When you're throwing the drop shot, even the jig and other bottom dragging type baits, make sure you have your best rod possible, the most sensitivity that you can find. For me, it's the X Series from Okuma. This is a 7.6 medium light, And, again, those largemouth, you're not doing a lot of shaking. The smallmouth, you can be a little more aggressive, but some of the fish this time of year that you'll catch in that grass, you'll barely detect them. And with a bad rod, you're not going to detect them. And a lot of times they'll feel you before you feel them. You'll end up losing them. Check out the X series from Okuma. I highly recommend it. It is one of the most sensitive and balanced rods that I've ever used. So that's pretty much it. 6 rods on the deck out of the stack of rods that'll be on my deck going into practice. But these are tried and true staples right here for Lake Mohave. Hopefully this helps you out, guys. If you're not signed up, get signed up. October 6th through the 8th out of Catherine's Landing, most prestigious event in the West, the WON Bass U.S. Open of Fishing.